There you go.
The 2021 drama, Pig, centres on a reclusive truffle hunter named Robin. His life is solitary and simple as he goes on excursions with his pig throughout the forests of Oregon. The film is deeply melancholic and doesn't shy away from the emotional turmoil haunting our protagonist. It is shown the mental degradation of a man who once led a happy and fulfilling life. After the passing of his wife, the vapid success of the restaurant business proved useless. All that remains is the pig and a tape she recorded for him. Civil society and all of its pressures held no further value to Rob. He escaped inwards and hid his face from the world. His talents are certainly sought after, but they don't give him what he really needs. A human connection that grounds him and offers genuine solace. Rob is a shadow of his former self. A shadow that has condemned itself to a solitary life. Rob's inability to continue competing in the circus of the Portland restaurant industry is fueled by his crippling grief. Time is given and taken all that he once held dear. His new, nomadic existence is far simpler. Graze the lands with his trusty ally, an ally that expects nothing of him and unconditionally remains by his side. A similar relationship to the one he had with his wife Laurie. The truffles he collects are sold to a young supplier named Amir. Amir attempts to convince Rob to buy a propane shower, or at least a phone, but this request falls on deaf ears. Rob will not go back to the city, as it likely would prove too difficult for him. He is accustomed to this new lifestyle, and it serves as a form of coping mechanism. The routine is constant, and there are very few outliers. It is, however, when Rob's pig is forcefully stolen that the story really gets going. Rob is left bloody and distraught after this event. Now it is imperative that he returns to Portland and faces the grief that has been governing his every move. In a surreal scene, Rob is beaten to a pulp by a stranger in exchange for information about his missing pig. His indifference to his own well-being on full display here. This is a broken man willing to sacrifice himself for his beloved pet. Amir can barely look at this vicious violence. It is raw and brutal. Robin's hopeless outlook on life is further exposed when he speaks with Amir about the impending tsunami in 200 years. What he's saying is an inevitable reality we must all face. Robin, however, has already been knocked over by a psychological tsunami. One that has taken all of the joy out of his life and replaced it with misery. At the high-end restaurant Eurydice's, Robin continues on his rampage. A renowned chef, Derek, who is creating state-of-the-art food, is verbally barraged by Robin. He barely keeps it together as Robin tells him uncomfortable truth after uncomfortable truth. Much like Robin, this chef must face up to the fact that he is living a lie. All he wanted was to set up his own pub, but is currently preparing food he could care less about.
Every day you'll wake up and there'll be less of you. You live your life for them and they don't even see you. You don't even see yourself. we don't get a lot of things to really care about.
A rather poignant moment occurs when Rob returns to his old home. He speaks with a young boy about a persimmon tree that used to be there. A tree that had been there through thick and thin, but is no more. Lastly, Robin manages to confront Amir's father, Darius, who will not let go of his comatose wife. Like Robin, he will not face reality. That is until Robin cooks him a dish he had once with his wife. Memories flood back in. It is revealed that Robin's pig was killed in the kidnapping process. Robin breaks down. All that kept him hopeful, gone in an instant. Rob is forced to accept that his previous way of life is untenable. A life in the city is not for him anymore, but one of denial is only going to perpetuate his worsening condition. He must accept that his wounds need air and cannot heal by themselves. Rob doesn't exactly open up, but at least he allows Amir in. His life can still be meaningful, and Laurie would not have wanted him to cocoon himself up. His reluctance at first is overcome, and now he must engage with Laurie's tape. In the diner, towards the end of the film, Robin and Amir have a quiet conversation. It is noted that if he had never gone looking for his pig, she'd at least be alive in his mind. However, this is a nonsensical fantasy. Nothing remains constant. That is a fact of life. Robin returns, and Amir is left alone.
See you Thursday?
Yeah.
Transformed from a wet behind the ears supplier to a genuinely considerate man. At the end, Robin plays the tape Laurie left him. A tape signalling that he too wants to heal, accepting the past and continuing into a more hopeful future. In the end, Pig is a melancholy and assured debut by a truly talented filmmaker in Michael Sarnoski. It reflects a patience and depth not seen in many films these days. The pacing is slow but effective. We are gradually enveloped by this world and come to sympathise with Rob's plights. The culinary arts are fraught with infighting and constant pressures. The Robin of old likely could hold his own, but the loss of his true love destroyed him. Nonetheless, he battles on despite the futility of his situation. There's never a discussion of suicide, despite how bleak everything is. It isn't an option for Robin. I think he knows that hope is a real possibility. He's just scared that the hope will materialise, and then he will lose all that he cherished once again. Human loss is truly devastating. The life as we know it, snatched away in an instant. At the end, Rob has returned to nature, a place where life is in a constant ebb and flow. He must make his own way out here, as he did in Portland. The way of a man who has let his wounds breathe and come out on the other side. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe for further videos.